Hey everybody, I'm Beebs Kelley. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with me. Today's video is going to be a real treat. We are ranking Catherine the Princess of Wales's best holiday season looks, particularly those from Sandringham. Recently in a video, we compared Catherine the Princess of Wales's Christmas looks or wintry looks to Meghan Markle's wintry looks. And one of them was decidedly much more festive, but we have so many years to look back on Catherine's fabulous Sandringham looks and things of that nature. I thought it would be the perfect Christmas treat to keep things cheerful and bright and happy looking at some of these fabulous outfits. So coming in towards the bottom of the list are going to be ones that are not my particular favorites, but don't worry if they're your favorites, it's okay. Just leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear which ones are your favorites. But back in 2015, she wore this hunter green Max Mara coat, high black boots, a simple fascinator. This is one of those rare moments where it's not exactly my favorite. It just isn't. This one, you can see the dress she's wearing underneath with this horizontal line, and then the lapel is a little bit heavy and she's got this low side bun here. It's not that it's a disastrous look, it's just not quite as clean and polished as I would have hoped. I think with this sort of a lapel and the collar situation that she has for this coat, it would have been best if you couldn't see the dress underneath or if it was a solid color. I think if it was a solid color, it wouldn't be so bad, but it just kind of hits at an awkward spot and it's just not quite as polished as I would like. That is all. It's not a terrible look. I still like the look. I still think she looks fabulous and gorgeous, but this one, if I had to rank her Sandringham looks, this one would be at the bottom. Another one that would come in close to the bottom is this one. The Duchess of Cambridge paired a tweed coat with a deep brown hat by Lock & Co. for Christmas Day in 2014. Now, she did brighten this look up with a pop of color for her scarf here that's peeking out, and I really like the way that looks. So this one came in lower on the list simply because it's not quite as festive as the others, because again, we're really splitting hairs. She always looks fantastic, but I thought I would challenge myself to still rank them in order from my fave to my least fave, or best to worst. And so this one here is one of the worst of an excellent bunch. So it's still a lot better than most things we see out there. It's still a fabulous look. Like the buttons on it. I really like this look overall and whatnot, just for Christmas in comparison to some of her others. It's a little bit more plain. I think if the hat had been red or green or even blue, it would have brightened the look up some and made it just a little bit more festive. Still looks gorgeous though. Next on the list we have 2016, where Prince William and Catherine went and spent Christmas with their little ones with the Middleton family. I think it was maybe the second time they ever went and did Christmas with the Middletons. Usually they were with the Queen at Sandringham, and here we have a tiny little Princess Charlotte and a little Prince George going along in their adorable outfits. So cute. This one came in a third worst on the list of a good bunch. So this is a fur trimmed coat, and it's got this belt detail across the waist and then again across the wrist area. She has another coat really similar to this that has the belted details along the cuffs. I really like that her pumps also have little buckles on them, so they all kind of match, and they were all wearing like different shades of maroon, and it was a really pretty look altogether, but it's just not my absolute favorite coat of hers. It looks a little bit loose in the waist, and the skinny little belt on top of it is something that we were doing a lot this time in fashion history, but it's just not my favorite. It looks a little bit sloppy and a little bit messy compared to perhaps a more fitted coat or a different thickness to the belt or a different type of belt, one that maybe blended in a little bit nicer. In 2020 and 2021, they were not out at Sandringham. That was canceled due to COVID stuff. So in 2020, we didn't get to see her at Sandringham, but I do have this picture of her here in this beautiful, beautiful coat. This was when the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge at the time, Kate and Prince William, joined Queen Elizabeth for an event to thank those volunteering during the Christmas season, and she wore this fur-lined green coat and dazzling teardrop earrings. It's absolutely stunning. I love the buttons on here. This is gorgeous, and I really like that she did her hair half up for this. It looked beautiful and spectacular. Here we're starting to get into the real good stuff. I really quite like this one, but what edged it out just ever so slightly better than that was 2021's Christmas appearance, which was the Christmas Carol concert at Westminster Abbey that she hosted. I think this was the first year that she hosted this together at Christmas Royal Carols concert. And this beautiful coat dress with the bow detail up here. Just has a slightly more vibrant color and it's bright red compared to the green fur coat. I like it ever so slightly much better. But these two were like a close tie. They were both really good. Coming in next on this list, we have last year's Christmas concert look, which was this burgundy or wine berry color. It's a very, very simple, sleek, just timeless and classic coat dress here. Doesn't have a lot of embellishments. There's really not a lot going on with this one. It's just super simple, but it looks beautiful on her. The color is perfect. And my favorite part was that so many other royal family members wore the exact same color. So it was that show of unity and support for Catherine, but it also was a little bit of a message, as we've previously discussed, that Meghan Markle's attempt at saying that you're not allowed to wear the same color as somebody else is not accurate. So that was a really classy and posh way to clap back at that, to just demonstrate with your actions that that's not the case. So that look I liked quite a little bit, but it's not quite as snazzy as this one, which comes in near the top of this list simply because it is so unexpected and fabulous. Last year's Sandringham Christmas, she wore this forest green coat, which she wore multiple times in the past, but she paired it up this time with these fabulous Cezanne earrings and this very unique hat for her. She doesn't usually wear hats quite this vibe. It almost leaned into that almost boho, ever so slight westerny sort of a vibe to it almost. Just looking absolutely chic. This is an amazing look for her. The whole thing head to toe went together perfectly, and it was such a surprise because it is something so different. It felt fresh and new and fabulous. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. The more I look at that look, the more I love it. I can't. Next up we have 2011, her very first Christmas up at Sandringham. This is a gorgeous, simple look, and she did a really good job for her first time at Sandringham. I really like the hat. It's super cute and fun. She has another one in a really similar style that's black that she wore a lot early on. What I really like is this neckline. It's super simple. There's no bulk added. There's no big collars or lapels. So I really like that clean and simple approach here. Overall, I'd say that, the look as a whole is really, really great. One thing I would say is that, maybe the tights are a tad bit thick and dark, but it was probably pretty cold, so I could see why she chose those. Otherwise, the look is so close to perfection, I can't even. I even love the way she styled her hair on it. It looks just so cohesive and lovely. Next, we have 2018, a very, very classic Christmas look for her. Probably one of my favorite hats or headpieces that she's ever worn for the holidays. It just feels holiday. I believe it's a bow in the back, so it reminds you of a present. It's just so cute and gorgeous. She has that same coat in green, which I think she wore for a Remembrance Day service earlier that year or maybe the year after. Absolutely love this coat. It's a perfect fit and flare silhouette for her. She's worn it again for Commonwealth Day service in 2020. She wore this same coat dress, I believe. It's fabulous. I love the little brooch just sprucing things up, giving a little bit of a pop of color and bling, just kind of breaking up the tone there, giving your eyes somewhere to rest. I love the use of velvet around wintertime or cold weather months. Having those velvet collars and matching buttons and coat pockets is just perfect. I absolutely love incorporating velvet, and this gorgeous dark red, berry red is just perfect for the holidays. So that one comes in as one of my absolute favorites of all time for her. And that was the year that Meghan Markle wore just navy, just almost black. Some articles even said she was wearing black, but I'm pretty sure it was navy. Just not festive in any way, shape, or form. Not evoking present vibes the way Catherine's were. I don't know why you wouldn't want to lean into that sort of fun, festive activity of making a cool outfit for Christmas. I don't know why. But anyway, next up on the list is this fabulous, fabulous coat dress. Never seen her in something quite like this before, and she looked stunning. The Duchess of Cambridge at the time chose a palette of gray and green for her 2019 Christmas ensemble. A fur-trimmed coat, a green fascinator, matching clutch and heels, and young Princess Charlotte sporting a similarly hued double-breasted jacket. Absolutely love it. Again, it's not maybe quite as festive as it could be for the holidays, but she spruced it up with that bright pop of green, and I love her heels here with their chunky block heel. Absolutely practical for when you're walking to and fro outside in the cold. Perfect choice. I just love this coat. The texture of it is very interesting. It all works well together. The buttons and the fur is not competing with the rest of the coat at all. The hat is a little bit more simple, which is perfect when you have a big fur collar like this. And it just looks beautiful and cozy and warm. So even though it's not bam, in your face, red and green Christmas colors, it still gives the same vibe because of how warm and cozy and cheerful it looks. So it's one of my all-time favorite looks for her, in part because it's new and different, but also because just look at it. It's perfection. Okay, we're down to my top 2 favorite Christmas looks here. We have, in 2017, pregnant with little Prince Louis, she is wearing a festive pea coat by Miu Miu, punctuated with simple black accessories including a fur hat, gloves, tights, and suede pumps. This coat is amazing. She looks so cute and happy and fabulous here. I like that her hair is so much shorter in this. It made it work perfectly. I think if her hair were any longer, it would have needed to be back for this look maybe. This is just such perfection. I am obsessed with it. I absolutely love this look. It's one of my favorites. I love pea coats. They're one of my favorite type of coats. It looks great on her. It's the best like maternity look you could find for an occasion like this, for a coat like this. It's just great. I love how cozy it looks. And a fur hat, and at first I was like, whoa, fur hat. But it goes so perfectly with the rest of the look. So it's in my top 2. My absolute favorite, you guys might be surprised, is from 2013. And it's a selfish reason. It's because I would wear this coat and it would actually work for my body type quite well. She's so tall and stuff, so like most of the stuff she wears is just out of the realm of possibility for me without extensive restructuring of the garment. But this is something I actually could pull off just by hemming it a little bit. So I picked this one for that reason. It is selfish, yes. But I absolutely love this look. It was 2013, a festive patterned moment for the Duchess. From a black watch tartan coat, she topped off her look with color coordinating fascinator and black boots. I would wear this. This is perfect. I love it. It's very festive. It's very well fitted. It's nice and sleek. It doesn't look stuffy or anything like that. Anytime somebody new joins the royal family, they can come off looking a little bit stuffy in a few of their outfits here and there as they find that balance between adding some style and keeping that professionalism that is expected. I saw that happen with Diana quite a little bit. At first, she was dressed in stuff that looked much older and just wasn't quite as flattering for her. And eventually she started to incorporate slightly more stylish pieces and kind of came into her own. We saw that a little bit with Catherine the Princess of Wales from time to time, that something looked maybe a little bit old for her, especially in her first few years with the family and the first several engagements and whatnot. There was a lot of times where people said, oh, this here and there just looks a little bit stuffy or a little bit old for her. But not this. This is striking that perfect balance of her style, fitting her nicely, flattering her figure excellently, still has that girly flair to it, but it's still completely appropriate for the event too. So absolutely loved it. Struck the perfect balance. My number 1 favorite Sandringham look is that one. But it might change when we see what she wears this year. I cannot wait to see what she wears this year. She's going to look spectacular as always. Maybe we'll even get to see all 3 of the Wales' kids this year. Perhaps little Louis is ready for the Sandringham visit. We'll see. Maybe he has to wait till next year. I will be sure to include it all in a video to update us on the newest of the Christmas looks, because we have the Christmas concert and we have Sandringham to look forward to. Lots of festive Christmas looks. I cannot wait. I hope you have a very happy holiday if you celebrate it, and I hope you have a very happy day. I will see you next time. Bye!